Yon Wun Hui, people always said you were crazy, but how dare you subject me, the vice leader of the cult, to such a state, cried Chun Hajin. The elders, seething with rage, struggled against the chains binding them. Seeing all of you react like this makes me happy, I said passionately, savoring the moment. Even after such evil deeds just now, you still have that nasty mouth, one of the elders shouted. This is why we wanted to revolt against you, added another elder. Hearing their fine praises, I decided it was time to adjust their thinking, and the best way to do that? By uprooting their leader, this fool Chun Hajin, the source of their spiteful encouragement. You already knew what ability I had, didn't you? I asked. Chun Hajin remained silent, but I wasn't going to let him stay in ignorance. I revealed the Phantom King. Chun Hajin's face twisted in terror as he recognized the ominous, terrifying aura of the dead. He knew it was the power of the Phantom King. If you remain in your current state, I reminded him, reincarnation will never be a possibility. This information filled Chun Hajin with rage. You probably want information, he yelled. I don't need it, I answered calmly, stunning Chun Hajin. His only chance at bargaining had just been crushed. I have many people who will give me that information, I said, reaching my hand toward Chun Hajin's face, the power of the Phantom King engulfing me. Chun Hajin's eyes widened with hopelessness as my hand approached, emanating an aura like that of a deity's arm, leaving him with no chance of escape. Then came the suction force, as if a black hole had opened. Chun Hajin's body was drained, his resistance futile against the overwhelming power. Before long, Chun Hajin was reduced to nothing more than a pill, a grotesque creation infused with his very essence. Turning to the elders, I held the pill aloft and declared, this pill, filled with the dead Chun Hajin, is more vicious than even the most extreme venom. Now, dear Chun Hajin, become my beautiful creation, I said, tossing the pill into my mouth without hesitation. The sight horrified the elders, erasing every trace of their arrogance and ignorance. As the extreme dead poison burst through my body, its venom coursing like fire, they stared in stunned disbelief. What truly unsettled them was that I was still standing, unaffected. One of the elders, trembling, reminded the others of how I had brought them to this state, despite consuming even the deadliest poison powder. Now that the vice cult leader has become my vitamin D fertilizer for my venom dragon technique, I said with a dark grin, it's your turn. Choose wisely. My gaze pierced through them, cold and unwavering, as I added, or you will be devoured. Rubbing the phantom orbs in my hands, I leaned forward and sneered, are you people even the elders of the heavenly divine cult? How pathetic, taking orders from an unknown organization. Their forms, reduced to ghostly, sperm-like figures, trembled as they desperately tried to defend themselves. We aren't lying, claimed the elders, their voices filled with desperation. The problem here didn't seem to have a name. The issue lay within its members. Seeing my deep state of thought, the elders scrambled to justify their actions, claiming they had witnessed strange, unexplainable occurrences and begging me to believe them. The heavenly demon cult, an unorthodox cult that worships the cult leader as a god, had always thrived on absolute loyalty. Yet here were its own elders, those who were supposed to revere their leader as divine, conspiring against me, their heir, and attacking their godlike leader. This only meant one thing. The fear they harbored for the heavenly demon was insufficient compared to the terror instilled by this unknown organization. I had initially thought this was the work of orthodox or unorthodox factions playing their games, but now it was clear. External forces were at play. They were known as the masked individuals. Rumor had it there existed a tower in the sky, and among them were two figures who had surpassed the limits of humanity. These beings were rumored to be climbing the tower, their power so immense they were practically demigods. Their actions were so extreme they could be mistaken for natural disasters. It seems the mastermind behind this is far more formidable than I had anticipated. The luxury of taking time to adjust to the poison, letting it assimilate into my body slowly, was no longer an option.
Several months later.
Meanwhile, in the matriarch's quarters, a conversation unfolded. "Are you certain you didn't give any food to that bastard?" asked the matriarch, her voice sharp and commanding. "We wouldn't dare go against your orders, matriarch," replied a servant, bowing deeply in fear. "Why is he living normally? He should have come crawling, begging me for forgiveness. There are rumors circulating the estate about me already killing him and committing treason." "Before we continue, what did he ask you to bring him?" asked Sanyung. The servant swiftly answered that he wanted information about the current political situation in the Jonghu, particularly regarding the unorthodox factions and the demonic factions. Sanyung knew I wasn't interested in such things, and my abrupt change over the last 2 months was causing her to suspect if there was someone behind my sudden behavior. She knew that even though I was useless, I was still the son of the Tang Hosan, the branch clan patriarch, terrified that if I made a good impression, I might have a chance to obtain a position within the clan. That attention is what my third son, Kyujin, and Yuchang should be getting. "How dare that bastard try to take it from them?" shouted the matriarch, causing the servant Yungsam to cower down in fear. "Servant!" shouted the matriarch. "Third master Yuchang!" This seemed to alert the matriarch. It seems he had completed his isolated training. "I will take my leave now," said Yungsam with a sheepish smile. "Get lost, and if you spot anything strange about that useless, illegitimate child, let me know. Make sure to report it to me immediately," reaffirmed the matriarch. "Mother, have you been well?" said the third child, Yuchang. "I have been well. You have worked so hard. Come, have a seat with me, child." "Did you obtain the growth you desired?" asked the matriarch. "Well, it wasn't much. I was able to get closer to mastering hidden weapons," replied Yuchang. "As expected from my dear son," said the matriarch. "I heard about that illegitimate trash on my way here. He's not resentful even after being disrespectful to you?" "I get headaches whenever I recall it. I'm not sure what that brat is up to." "I suspect he has someone helping him," claimed Yuchang, surprising the matriarch with his son's possible thoughts as hers. "Since he doesn't have inner energy and doesn't eat or drink anything, there's no way he could last for the past 2 months. Someone must be feeding him elixirs secretly every night." "That's what I was thinking, but which fool is supporting him, though? That's why I'm recommending him to join in on Father's visit." "Why would you do that?" asked the matriarch. "If they're playing big, this will make the perpetrator assisting him also make a move." "That's right. Someone must be feeding him elixirs, and the figure backing him up is strong, and his benefactor will reveal himself to claim credit." "That's right, Mother, and we can catch the benefactor if he appears," said Yuchang. "Although if that brat causes trouble, wouldn't it even alert your father that we cannot even control an illegitimate child? If that brat causes trouble, wouldn't it be right for me to stop him as his loving brother?" Even though the perpetrator pulls tricks, the level of someone who has learned the Tang clan energy arts is not high. Even low-ranking servants can learn, and it can't be high. It's even a waste on such useless trash.